Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris Ashes to Ashes. So sorry it has been so long since we have recorded this. I've been busy. Also, I'm noticing it looks like the colors have changed. Yeah, I think the colors changed here. I'm not quite sure why. I think it selected a new person to be listed as sort of the color choice for the various federations, or maybe I'm just remembering wrong. But yes, so before we get started, there's one thing I want to go ahead and pose to all of you watching this, and that is would you be okay with me giving myself a free 5,000 minerals every time we destroy a contingency fleet? The reason why I'm asking is because it would allow us to have a bit of an easier time rebuilding our losses, because we lose quite a few ships whenever we fight the contingency fleets. Partly because of this BS of them saying 24k and then they're jumping up to 900,000 or whatever it is in their various cases. Generally, yeah, it's more like 118k, which means I need to generally use my entire fleet, or all three of my fleets, which of course means then there's problems, so that's fun. But yeah, so just out of curiosity, leave a comment letting me know how you all would feel if I were to give myself a free 5,000 minerals every time we destroy a contingency fleet, just to help us more quickly rebuild the fleets, because as it stands right now, we're basically spending half a part every part just watching the fleets rebuild, which I imagine is not particularly interesting to watch. And while 5,000 shouldn't cover all of the costs, it should help minimize the amount of downtime that we spend just watching the fleets rebuild. So like I said, please leave a comment letting me know how you feel about that. If the majority of you are okay with it, I'll do it. If the majority are not okay with it, I won't do it. Just be warned that in that case you will be watching more of me just sitting around waiting for me to have the resources necessary to actually finish, or to actually rebuild the fleets. Also, I realize there's more that I could do to rebuild the fleets, or to optimize the fleets better, because technically speaking, actually all this stuff should be swapped out for phase disruptors. I should be slapping more shields on here. I'm honestly not going to bother with that, because that's a lot of fucking work. And I just can't be bothered. But yeah, technically speaking, I should be swapping out all this stuff for as much shield penetration as I possibly can. Okay, but yeah, we're just gonna basically spend this part watching the fleets rebuild for now. I don't know what we'll do after that. We are sort of waiting for the League of Non-Aligned Powers, which I'm just gonna refer to as the League going forward because it's a little bit faster. We're just gonna wait for them to declare war on the Awakened Empires. They should end up declaring war, at least if me letting the game run for an hour or something at one point in the past, just to see what would happen. They should eventually declare war on these guys, because they're an Awakened Empire apparently. So I didn't realize they were an Awakened Empire. I thought they were a Fallen still, but obviously I must be remembering wrong. No real point bothering with improved strike craft. I don't even know why I bothered really researching better basic strike craft, but apparently I did. I'm going to say let's go for the cruiser hulls, because it's not going to take an eon to research. How are you? Oh, okay. You're the ones currently getting the ships right now, I guess. That's why you are at float. Just gonna focus on getting the first fleet up right now. Where are you guys going? Okay, I'm curious where that is. Find Kelazak. Oh. It's a little surprising that one of the Awakened Empires is still using its fleets to actually help me right now. I thought they sent them all back up. Maybe it's because the League hasn't declared war on them yet. And so they don't really see a reason to do that, I guess? I don't know. Again, if I had to pick one that I were to be a vassal of, it would have to be the Watchful Regulators, because I don't mind giving up science, but I sure as hell ain't giving up minerals and energy. But as long as I don't have to become a vassal of any of them, I'm not going to. There's no reason. I do wish that I had TFW's bunch of ship parts. I think that's the one that adds in the dry dock. Which,
mongrels have declared war on each other.
Oh, there we go. There we go. The League has now declared war on all of the Awakened Empires, and shit's gonna hit the fan going forward. You guys are probably gonna be turning around soon. Or maybe not. Now, this isn't all bad, because if these guys actually bring their ships over here and take out these Omni-Hub's territories, that is more resources for them, technically speaking. Which could help them build up a larger fleet. Which means they could help me more against the contingency. So I would love to see the Machine Fallen Empire actually be successful, I guess, is the best way to describe it, in its fights against the League. But in the meantime, I'm just sort of gonna sit around waiting, letting my fleets rebuild. Are you guys actually bombing the world into oblivion? I don't really mind that, if you kill all the pops on it. Okay, for whatever reason I'm no longer allowed to look at the surface there. So, okay. No reason for me to actually select somebody because I only have one choice. I don't know why. And we're just going to continue to wait for that. I do need more mineral or energy credits. I could go ahead and enable capacity overload, although I do have quite a stockpile, so I think we can wait a little bit. I'm just going to continue to try and get the resources. Okay, I already have a recycling campaign going. For some reason, I've noticed this recently, my ships don't always seem to come out at full health, like they're one hit point or something off. And so when they merge with the fleet, they have to repair for a split second, which is kind of annoying because then the game's just spamming me with that crap. Also, are you at full and were you just waiting for the Titan? You were just waiting for the Titan, okay. I'm going to tell you guys to forget about the Titans for right now. They take forever to replace anyway, and they don't seem to really be helping us a whole lot. I'm going to be completely honest with you, so let's just forget about them for now. Oh yes, I think I originally planned to upgrade this so that if the contingency brought their fleets over here, I'd be able to stop them, but I don't really need to right now. I'm gonna get the game up to 3 speed, or fastest, whatever. Because as it stands right now, we're spending the first half of this part just rebuilding the fleet. This is kind of the reason why I want to just give myself a free 5,000 minerals every time we destroy a contingency fleet. So we don't have all this downtime. Because there's really not much I can say. We're just sort of waiting. So these guys are probably going to go around destroying people's worlds. Wonderful. Do I not have... No, I do not have the expansion thing yet. Okay, that would explain that. I am going to say let's go ahead and activate a healthcare campaign. Speed up pop growth.
One of our spaceports is under attack.
No. Whatever.
One of our mining stations is being lost.
Okay. 29 months, and our cruisers have a little bit more health. I don't expect it to really matter too much, if I'm going to be honest with you.
One of our stations is under attack.
Those guys are kind of getting on my nerves. I might have to go and destroy them. But of course that means I'm gonna lose my fleet. Or at least parts of the fleet. Which means we then have to spend more time sitting around waiting.
One of our stations is under attack.
What happened to the Fallen Empire fleets, or Awakened Empire fleets that were over here? Did they get there? No, I don't think they did. I think they've gone off and they've done something else. I don't know what. Okay, you're attacking somebody's fleet,
Construction complete.
but it's not the contingency. I don't know who you're attacking. It's somebody, I guess, with the avian. So I assume it's one of your fleets. I didn't realize you had a fleet anywhere in this area, but apparently you must, or at least these guys are heading over to the gateway. Yeah, that's not particularly helpful, to be honest. None of these gateways are in good spots, at least for me. Oh, good. Our fleets are all ready to go. Wait, did they really send their fleet up here, through there, just so it can get up here? But if that fleet came from down here, that would seem to imply it was built down here, so why isn't it trying to wreck more shit of mine down here? You make no sense sometimes, game. I hope you realize that. Okay, well, our fleet isn't powerful enough to take this system. That's way too fucking much firepower. And even if I went in there and tried to destroy some of the stuff, I don't think we'd be particularly successful. I think we would need a fourth fleet to have any chance, and even then we wouldn't really succeed. It would just help us a little bit. I'm going to give you back your Titan. It's going to take you ages to get it, though. Ah, that doesn't have the building yet. That's why this one is better right now. If resource replicators weren't so damn expensive, I'd probably actually do it. Because 40 minerals a month from each of those is actually not that bad.
Construction complete.
What happened to your guys' stuff? Do you still own that system or not? Because... Okay, did something come in here, wreck the central outpost, and then just leave? I guess, because apparently it seems you only own this system now. But you still have a lot of your stuff here in Heaven's Gate. That's so fucking weird. I'll have to bring in a fleet somewhere. Okay, but it's just entering orbit there, so I said let's go ahead and move our fleets to try and destroy it before it can go and destroy any of my stuff. Ah, that's why it's entering orbit, because they're trying to build an outpost there. Ah yes, I have that marked as a no-go zone. Let's try that again. And you know what, actually, I'm going to tell you guys to move here. Make sure you're all in position and ready to jump, because it's kind of important that you all jump at the same time. I don't need any of this jumping in piecemeal one after the other.
Hostile Xeno fleet engaged.
Oh, we wrecked the construction ship, it looks like. That's wonderful. Why are you there? Go work that. Okay, there we go. And you know what? I'll do it one time just to show you guys how this would all work when I destroy a contingency fleet. After this, it's up to you guys whether or not it continues or not. Because, yeah, that wasn't going to be enough to actually fully repair the fleets, but it helps. Look, it looks like it was mostly just corvettes and destroyers, though it looks like we did lose a battleship and a couple of cruisers, but mostly corvettes and destroyers from the looks of it. Forget that I have two of these guys here. Nope, I don't have any planetary edicts I can do to help you guys grow. Okay, but that'll be the 5th person, which is all I need to be able to upgrade that. Now, I would love to save up to try and build these, repair the other sections, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. quite a few months that we'll be needing to wait if we were to do that. And those guys have been destroyed. The Machine Fallen Empire is wrecking their shit, apparently. I don't know why, but apparently they are. Also, I think they just split off some of their ships from that fleet for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Good, getting back up to fastest. Get that upgraded and then build me a mining network there.
Debris analyzed.
Yeah. While we can't use any of their stuff, at least right now, I don't mind analyzing the debris. Also, I do have quite a bit of space that I could use to expand the fleets a little bit. I'm just gonna let those disappear on their own at this point. Screw it, it's easier.
We have mastered a new technology.
I don't really care for ecological adaptation. Bonus food isn't bad, but that's gonna take forever to research. Sure, we'll research regenerative hull tissue. Not that it matters, because our fleets aren't typically out on long deployments. Mostly because they really can't be. Damn it. Sure, let's probe the aliens. At some point. Assuming they haven't maybe nuked themselves or something by then. Okay, game, I thought you were going to remove all these. If you are, clearly you're taking your sweet-ass time.
We have mastered a new technology.
There we go, we got sapient combat computers. We can't use them because of this whole minus 50% fire to minus 5 tracking. It's a little too much. A loss.
We have mastered a new technology.
Go, anything good here? I could go and get robots. No, thank you. I could improve the hull of my Titans, or I could get mega cannons. Fast thing to research is robots, so fine, I'll get robots. Production targets game, very important. And I also need the recycling campaign. Apparently I missed that power. Enemy fleets.
Debris analyzed.
Good, go up there. You give me some more progress towards regenerative hull tissue. Hopefully this plus 5% weapons damage will help us a decent amount.
have mastered a new technology.
Wonderful. I can get bonus attack speed, extra bonus damage, or gateway construction. Gateway construction isn't bad, because it would allow me to build a gateway in each of these systems that I have a shipyard in, which would help me to rebuild the fleets a little bit, because in theory, if the game does its job correctly at least, it should be able to say, hey, those are still pretty close to you, so I'm going to go ahead and queue them up there as well, rather than forcing me to rebuild from 6 shipyards. Well, excuse me, 5 shipyards, isn't it? Oh no, the Titan Assembly Yard is a building, not a module. So 6 shipyards here. If I built like a gateway up here, that's additional 6 up here that could be used. That helps. So, yeah, I mean, I would kind of like to be able to do that. So I'm gonna say let's go ahead and get the gateway construction. We're gonna hurt for the minerals to actually be able to build said gateways, but I'll find a way to deal with it, I guess. Okay, I want you, if you don't mind, to work in energy grid. And I want a mineral processing plant up there somewhere.
We have mastered a new technology.
Wonderful. What's something else quick to research? Okay, none of these are really something I care for. Oh, torpedoes are shield penetration. Ah, well, all G weapons are shield penetration. I didn't realize that. Why aren't you using the best advanced reactor? That is a slight boost to damage as a result of excess power. Okay, whatever. Actually, in the case of the Titan, I don't know if the subspace snare is really worth it when fighting the contingency in particular. Because they don't seem to emergency jump all that often. And the optimal thing against them is to get shield penetration, so minus shield damage isn't that useful. Decreasing their fire rate might be slightly useful, because then they're not shooting as often, but of course I could also just boost my own fire rate, although apparently I nerf theirs more than I can buff my own. That's a little annoying, to be honest. But I am thinking that the quantum destabilizer might be a little bit more useful than the subspace snare, at least right now, against the contingency. As for this, yeah, I mean, I would love to get this, but that's 136 months. I'm not going to wait 136 months for a tech. So, screw it, get the Vibrato cannons. That'll put you at full strength, minus the fact that you don't have a Titan right now, but the first fleet doesn't have one right this second either. Although they will.
We have mastered a
relatively near future. Regenerative hull tissue, wonderful. They don't have robots, that's not useful. Bonus leader lifespan could be beneficial. That's 219 months. That sure as hell ain't gonna happen. I believe this affects psychic armies. I believe this affects basically any offensive army. Yeah. 35 months, it is the fastest research outside of Mechanical Bliss, which is definitely worthless. It always is. It always will be. Oh, there we go. We got the Titan. Let's go ahead and upgrade you.
Our ships have been upgraded.
Apparently it only costs 3 minerals to swap that out. That is a little surprising, honestly. Ah, because it literally has no cost tied to it, apparently. I didn't realize that. Okay, so you're missing some cruisers still. I will go ahead and add the Titan. I don't know if you'll get it, though. Let's see, I'm sitting at about 120 some odd K for the first 2 fleets. And again, I could build them up a little bit more. Because I still have, what is that? 26? Something like that. Spare capacity. Are more cruisers better, or am I better off going with battleships? I think I'm better off going with more battleships, to be honest. Also, forget your Titan. I need battleships. It's just so much more useful. Titans really aren't all that useful in my experience so far. Kind of the annoying thing about them. Go work there. And mining network. And you need 1 more month. How long has this part been going for? 32 minutes. Gonna end this part, I think, in just a little bit. And next part, which will be next week. Unrest isn't a significant issue. Governing ethics attraction also isn't a significant issue. Leader lifespan, however, is certainly useful. Also, yeah, you're not max level. I should definitely replace you. But the game's not giving me any psychic people, which is kind of annoying, to be honest. Okay, the game isn't being weird and pulling from other stuff, so I don't know what the deal is there. How much is a battleship? 1,300. You'll be able to afford one. You'll still need to wait a little bit to be able to get the other. Once I've queued up the battleship for the... oh shit, wait. How many are you guys supposed to have? Okay, you still have the space for a Titan, right? Yes, okay, good. Just want to make sure. Once I've queued up your battleships, then we'll end the part. We're not going to wait 290 days for you to get your last battleship. So that's going to be it for this part. I'll see you all in the next, where we're going to continue taking the fight to contingency. I am surprised that the Restorers haven't gone and nuked people's worlds with their planet cracker yet. But okay, if they haven't done it yet, that's fine. I'll live. But it's definitely a little surprising that they haven't done it yet. Oh, Well, they are beating the shit out of the Omni Hub down here. Does look like the Silicron Final Directive haven't really done anything yet. You guys are in the war, right? Yeah, but you're not using your fleets against them right now, which is I'm fine with, but it's definitely interesting. I think I will off-screen attempt at this, though. Just to see how well it would work out. I don't think it would work out well, if I'm going to be honest, but I'll give it a shot. Just see what happens. I think the reality is we're just going to try and continue to destroy as many of their fleets as we can. Yeah, they're doing a decent job back up here now. They don't have as much pressure being applied to them. They're not doing a particularly great job down here, it seems, or over here. They're a little slow. Not quite sure what the deal is there. So you guys are fighting a war against the Kazam. You have occupied basically all the Kazam stuff. I guess the issue for you is that you can't occupy the Ubrak stuff, so the war is basically just waiting to tick down until you're able to take what you want. Which apparently I guess you can't, which is surprising because like I said, all the stuff is occupied. The Kazam don't own anything over there anymore. And they're starting to get their stuff up here occupied. Oh well, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I'll see you on the next part. Again, please leave a comment letting me know how you would feel about me giving myself a free 5,000 minerals every time we destroy a contingency fleet. There won't be a video Thursday because I don't quite have the time to actually go and record a part for Thursday. So Thursday will be a VOD for Stellaris Saturday with Shadow Fighter Pro. Next Tuesday, by then, I'll look at whatever comments have been posted. Well, for next Tuesday's video, I'll check and see what comments have been posted. If the majority of people then say they're in favor of it, then we're going to go ahead and do it. If the majority of people say they're not in favor of it, we won't do it. If nobody says anything, I'll probably just go and find some random coin flipper thing and basically just have it flip a coin, and we'll see what happens then. But until next time, quick reminder, I do have a Patreon, link in the description to it if you want to become one. If you do become one, you get early access to all of my videos. I also have affiliate links down there for picking up Stellaris and yada yada yada. And that's it. So I will see you all in the next part. At the end of the day, the galaxy is still going to go to hell in a handbasket. Okay? It's just the truth. I don't see this ending well. I really don't. Because I don't quite have the power to deal with the contingency in my area. But once I do, then we'll be set. Because then my fleet can basically stomp all over anybody else that is still alive. But first things first, I need to contain the contingency in my area, which is going to take a while. But I'll see you all in the next part where we'll be continuing to work towards that goal. I'm hopeful next part we'll be in a bit of a better position to be able to do this. Or next session, by the end of it, we'll be in a much better position to contain the contingency within our area. But until then, a goodbye and a farewell.